Bud Light's the beer of choice tonight. I actually do really enjoy that. That's the first beer that I can actually say I really liked. It's piss water, but it's piss water that I enjoy. Now, this means that we're going to start another rant. Well, this is I guess, yeah, we'll call it a rant. We need a pro-freedom party is the title of this video, and it's also going to be what we're going to be talking about. I've wanted to make this video for a long time, but I don't know, I just felt that I really need to make it now because maybe of the point we're at in the elections. And let me tell you something about me. I watch the Colbert Report and the Daily Show every night. I think the Colbert Report is 1,000 times better than Daily Show. The Daily Show is what I like to refer to as let's bash the Republicans for a half hour and look kind of moronic doing it. But there are some funny parts. The Colbert Report is pretty funny. Yeah, they do the Republican bashing, but they also do Democrat bashing, and sure, it might be a bit of a leftist show, but I think Colbert is hilarious, and, I can look over his satire, or I can look over the bashing because he's hilarious. Definitely Colbert Report's funnier. But I've been watching these last couple nights, and we really do need a pro-freedom party. And now, what am I talking about that? What am I talking about with that? We have... I'm not even going to use conservative and liberal here. I'm going to use Republicans and Democrats, and you can replace those with conservative, liberal, however you want to mix that in. We have Republicans and Democrats. Now, I associate myself with the Republican, but that's just because I wanted to be in one of the major parties, either Republican or Democrat, just because if somebody says independent, you might be like, what are you talking about? And by the way, as an American, even if you're registered as a Democrat, you can vote Republican. If you're registered as a Republican, you can vote Democrat. In the general election, you can't do it in the primaries, though, but I never partake in any of those anyway. I don't even partake in the general election because it is literally a complete waste to vote here in New York due to the Electoral College system. I can already tell you what the result's going to be for the next election here for New York. But like I said, I tend to associate myself with the Republicans because of their thoughts on gun rights, and that's just what I seem to associate myself with. But it's not as clear cut as that. There are lots of things on the Democratic side that I do not agree with, but there are also things on the Republican side that I do not agree with. So it's also like, if somebody asked me, I would say I was Republican, but then if they picked out some issues, I could definitely say for some issues, no, I don't agree with that. So we really need a pro-freedom party. Let me give you some examples. We'll start with firearms, okay? Firearms. Some people don't like them because, the kids get shot and, they're leading to crime, which is nonsense, but, firearms. The Republicans believe if you don't want a firearm, don't buy a firearm. The Democrats believe if you don't want a firearm, ban firearms. Now that is not good. That's not freedom. You should have the freedom to choose if you want to use a firearm or not, if you want to use or if you want to own a firearm. That would be freedom. Okay, so that's a point to the Republicans, but let's switch it back over to a point to the Democrats. Abortion. I don't think it's the government's right at all to tell anybody when they should and should not be having an abortion. Again, if you believe that life starts at and life starts at the cellular form, then I hate to tell you, but last night I just shot about 16,000 kids into a Kleenex. But so I do not agree with the abortion stands of the Republicans who are like, oh, God said that abortion is bad, or that's not what it says in the Bible. Who gives a fuck what it says in the Bible? I'm sorry, I censored myself there. Who gives a fuck what it says in the Bible? A lot of people give a fuck what it says in the Bible, and that's very important. If you care what it says in the Bible, then that is exactly what you follow. But don't mix the religion with the politics, okay? Just like along those lines, you just branch off to gay marriage. Oh, well, the Bible says... I don't give a flying fuck what the Bible says. If you don't believe in gay marriage, don't go out and find another man or another woman, depending on your sex, and, go have a gay marriage. But don't mix religion with politics. Okay, both of those are freedom as well, because the Republicans don't want you to have abortions. I think you should have the option, the freedom, there's freedom again, to have an abortion. I think you should absolutely have the freedom to marry whatever you want. I don't care if it's a man, female, or a horse. I don't give a flying fuck. Oh, that's fun. Whatever makes you happy. Because like I said, people have strange sexual desires. People have strange sexual fetishes. And I'm not calling, homosexuality a sexual fetish, but what I'm saying is, given some of the strange fetishes that are out there, rule 36 or whatever on the internet, how there's a sexual fetish for everything, I can understand that desires and sexuality make you do some pretty interesting things. Because if you knew all of my fetishes, and if I knew all of your fetishes, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Uh, and even, like, if you Google search some of these fetishes, you wonder how people can have them, but I understand that. I don't care if you want to dress up like a baby and have a dominatrix throw Gerber baby food into your mouth and try to catch it. I don't care. Do whatever makes you happy. Freedom. So again, now we have I side with Republicans on things like the gun rights. I side with the Democrats on things like abortion and gay marriage and such. Why can't we just have a pro-freedom party? And it's especially prevalent here again in the wonderful state of New York, where a couple things that really piss me off are, let's take one as fireworks. Oh my god, I'll have a New York laws on this. But somehow, and considering New York is run by the Democrats, people thought it was a good idea, if we don't want fireworks, ban fireworks, instead of, don't use them. They always use the same fear and propaganda that I mentioned in my last video here. They'll always show a kid mannequin at the July 4th. This happens all the time. They'll show a kid mannequin holding an M80 or like a fucking quarter stick of dynamite or something that isn't just like, have fucking powder limits if you want to. Don't just ban the fireworks. So they'll have the kid, like, with a full stick of dynamite. Fucking they'll light it and the kid will blow into a million pieces. And they'll say, that's why we can't have fireworks for the 4th. Or they'll have, like, a girl wearing a dress made out of the shittiest tissue paper on earth. And she'll be lighting a sparkler and the shittiest toilet paper will catch on fire. That's why we can't have sparklers. Yes, because there's no responsible people out there. They're all idiots. So we need the government to step in and protect us. No, I think you should have the freedom to choose. Again, pro-freedom. Just like another issue is helmet laws and seatbelt laws. Oh, those drive me up the wall. Those fucking laws drive me through the windshield, if you will. Seatbelt laws are bullshit. I'm going to say that right now. Helmet laws are bullshit. Because you might think that, oh man, we should keep people safe by wearing seatbelts. Absolutely. If you get in your car and you're not wearing a seatbelt, you're an idiot. If you ride your motorcycle and you're not wearing a helmet, I'm not going to say you're an idiot. But it's your choice. It should be your choice. I get into the vehicle. I've made a choice not to wear my seatbelt because, and some people honestly think this, if it goes into the river or something like that, I won't be able to cut myself out. I'm not smart enough to carry a knife to cut the seatbelt off or anything like that. I don't want to be trapped in my car. That's dumb thinking, but, I mean, you're allowed to think that. And no way because the only person you're going to hurt in that situation is you. If you don't wear a seatbelt and you bash your face off the windshield, you're the only person that's going to get hurt in that situation. Just like the helmets. You're not going to hurt anybody else. Hell, wearing a big heavy helmet as required, you might hurt somebody else if you ram into them. But that should be your choice. We need pro-freedom. I want to call it pro-choice, but that just comes back to the abortion thing. And, I believe you should have the choice. Why do we have to have a party that the Democratic Party are out to take these rights away from you and the Republican Party are out to take these rights away from you and blah, 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 blah? I don't think that's the way it should be. You should have the right to choose. Why don't we have a pro-freedom party? It just seems like that would be, commonplace. But that's really we need a pro-freedom party. You can pick any issue. And, somebody's trying to take your rights away in one way or another. Say we elect Barack Obama again, another Democrat. First thing he's going to try to do is take the guns away from you. Oh, Obama's not a gun grabber, and if you believe that, then I have a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you, and I just painted it myself today. No, Obama's not going to take your guns away from you. Why don't we just have pro-freedom people, that's just, I guess I don't know another way to put it. Does every party have to be, I want to take this away from you, and I want to take this away from you, or this party wants to take this away from you, but not this away from you, and this party wants to take this away from you, but not this away from you? Why can't we just have fucking pro-freedom? That's just so crazy. Because sometimes I'm like, God damn, I'm glad I'm a Republican and I support this and that, but there's some shit that the Republican Party does that I just want to fucking smack them. And there's a lot of shit that the Democratic Party does that I just want to smack them. So it's really hard to almost associate with a party. And I don't think I'm alone here. I think there's a lot of people in both parties that don't really want to associate with their party. Because I'll get these comments all the time, and I can understand these as well. Like, somebody will post a comment, I'm a Democrat or I'm a liberal, something like that, but I fully believe in gun rights. Why should that be something just because you're in this party that means that you can't do? Or I'm a Republican like me, and I think that you should have the right to choose what you want to do with your own body, and I don't think that life starts as a few cells. So why do we have to be so split with this bipartisan crap? So yeah, we really, this Republican and Democrat thing has to end. I think that's going to cause, well, it's already caused a lot of problems with this country, but I think it's really starting to come to a head now. You can't have people trying to take away things from both sides. It's just not going to work forever. You can't have, fucking, look at Romney. Look at fucking Romney. He wants to go in there and run this country like, his moral Mormon beliefs tell him to rub it. I don't give a flying fuck. That's another thing. Don't mix religion with politics. Holy mother of God. I don't give a fuck what the Bible or the Quran or the Torah or whatever the fuck they use in Judaism, fucking say. I don't give a flying fuck. Maybe I'm not that much of a religious person myself. Maybe I'm an atheist. I'm not going to say that I'm an atheist because that's not what I like to associate myself as, but put it this way. I'm supposed to be a Christian, but I don't really have a strong moral connection like that. Like, if somebody went out and burned a Bible in front of my house right now, I wouldn't give a fuck. I really wouldn't give a fuck. And then you got these whack jobs over there in like Afghanistan and stuff. Oh, somebody took a dump on the Quran. Let's shoot them up. That's the best thing to do. Kill more people in the name of religion. That's brilliant. Yeah, another thing, if you want another knock against the Republicans, don't worry, the Democrats do some of this too. It would have to be the whole, shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, the moral values. It all has to be about moral values. Like, if we're talking about, like, say, video games that need to get an or a fucking M rating or an AO rating, and the MPAA and the ESRB and shit like that. I don't want my kids seeing this shit. And this comes from both parties. I'm actually surprised that I said it was just about Republican. This comes from both parties. I don't want my kids seeing this shit, We shouldn't have people's heads getting ripped off and then, defecating in their neck hole on video games. Okay, if you don't want your kids seeing that, here's an idea. Here's a novel idea. Don't let your kids see that. Not fucking everybody! God damn! It should be freedom! Freedom to let your kids see things like that if you want to, like my parents did, and oh my god, look how fucked up I turned out, right? Jesus Christ, I'm on YouTube making rants and shit all the time. Versus, I'm gonna tell you that, you can see these movies and these movies are appropriate for this. Who the fuck are you to make that fucking call? Jesus Christ, I think the parents would be better, though some parents nowadays. But anyway, I think I'm gonna cut it off now. I seem to be repeating myself. But I think we really need a pro-freedom party in this country. And, that's it. Thoughts on that? And this movie, there might be a sequel to this. I don't know if I could get everything out at once. But, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and be free.